Changing the image of Haiti is not a one person sport. It is for all of us to do. And especially friends of Haiti are welcome to partake in that. I don't know if I want to call it a game, but more of a battle. On the line with us is Diana Pierre-Louis. She is a public relation social media marketing professional and founder of the realhaiti.com. I have to also say she is a non-Haitian, although I don't know if she's converted. Her blog about the other side of Haiti that goes underreported. The Real Haiti is more than a blog, she says. It's a movement to educate followers by seeing stories from other Haitians or Haitian diaspora on positive memories, experiences, or places in Haiti. Diana's digital marketing skills and her love for Haiti gives her, I guess, a unique perspective on the Haitian culture and how she wants to fix Haiti's image. Diana, welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Before we get into how you plan to contribute to a better image for Haiti, let's talk about your introduction to the Haitian people and culture. When and how were you introduced to the Haitian people and culture?
Well, I grew up in South Florida, in Coral Springs, actually. So I was lucky enough to be in a really diverse area. I can't say that I had many Haitian friends as a child, but I did have different cultures that I was interacting with all the time. So I think that really helped me to be open-minded about meeting different people. And when I first met my husband now, who is my boyfriend 8 years ago when I met him, that was really the first time that I got to know anyone that was Haitian. I had people that I knew that were Haitian. I just didn't really get to experience their culture or talk to them about Haiti or anything beyond that they were Haitian. So, as I got to know him, I think the first encounter that I can really remember that stands out in my mind is when I came to his house one day. His mom was at the house making dinner for everybody, and I came over, and they were just so welcoming to me and his family, his sisters, his brother, and him and his parents, and it was just so great to come there and feel so welcome because I was so paranoid about it. I was nervous. I'm oh my gosh, are they gonna, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna think of me? Not just because he was my boyfriend, because I wasn't Haitian. His mom and dad don't speak too much English, so I was a little bit nervous about that. But you know what? It went so well, and that was my first memory that I can think of that stands out in my mind as far as my first encounter with Haitian people and their culture.
Right. So you said prior to meeting your husband, you had other encounter knowing people were Haitian. Do you know or remember what your impression was of Haitians in general or Haiti? Or have you heard, at the time, did you care much about that?
I don't think I really thought as far as that they just were a different culture than me. I don't think I really understood what culture was, at that time when I was younger, because I remember I had a neighbor that was Haitian, and I was trying to think of it today. I was thinking back, trying to count all the Haitians I knew or whatever before I really got to know Haitians. And I don't think that I really realized that it was more than they're just, their person, and they have something behind them, their culture, that is so important to them. And because for me, I always say I don't feel like I have a culture. Of course I do. I have an American culture, and Italian American because my family is Italian, but I always feel like that's not really a culture for some reason. So all of those people that I encountered when I was younger, I don't think that I necessarily thought of them as bad, the way that unfortunately a lot of people look down on Haitians. I didn't have that impression, but I don't think I really understood that, they were in a whole nother culture than me.
And let's pick up from something you said here, which is a lot of people look down on Haitians. I'm glad you mentioned that. What do you think the image of Haitians or Haiti is like today? Meaning, if you were to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think it is in terms of an image?
Well, I think I'm really biased, so it's a little hard for me to give that number, but I would say, like, if I just, went up to some random person that doesn't really know anyone that's Haitian, I would say probably like a 5
Right.
after the earthquake, especially. I feel like they would give them points because they feel bad for them, which is not at all why they should give them points,
Right.
as
Right.
we all know. But I feel like, I don't think it's halfway there because they know anything about Haiti or Haitians. I just think that it's because they have that image like, oh, well, they suffered when they grew up, or they didn't have shoes on when they grew up, and they must have came on a boat. All the negative, horrible, horrible things that they say.
Right.
I feel like they would give them points for that.
Wow. So okay, let's talk about that 5. How do we change it to something closer to an 8 or a 9? As a public relations and marketing professional, what are some of the first thing one must do in order to change the image of a product or a person? And in the case of Haiti, what are some of the immediate things that you think we must do?
Well, I think that getting to know anyone that, or getting a story to anyone that doesn't know Haitians or anything about Haiti is important. Because, for example, I'm not Haitian, like you said, but when I tell people I'm going to Haiti, or I tell them I have a blog about Haiti, they like look at me like I'm crazy, and they're like, "Well, why are you going to Haiti? Why would you do that?" I'm like, "Because I'm going on vacation, or because I have family there." But as I'm like learning this whole process myself, I think that telling them that there is more to Haiti and that there is more to life than our little bubble that we live in here, then I think that they start to question and wonder, like, oh, well, let me check it out. Let me go look at the blog, or let me go ask somebody something about Haiti that they didn't know before. Like, I always tell people, can you tell a story to me that you would want people to know about that people probably don't know about Haiti?
Okay, so you think we would have to educate more is what I'm sensing from you.
Yes, absolutely. Because even myself, I don't have all the answers. I'm not even Haitian, and I've only been there a couple of times.
Right.
It's the stories that I need to get from you guys and people, even Americans or any other culture that have been to Haiti that love it and want to tell the good stories about it.
Right.
Giving those positive stories definitely will educate people, and that's why, and not even just positive things. Like, I'm involved with you guys all the time. I'm talking about Color of Hope. Like, I do support different nonprofit organizations around because I think that's part of the real Haiti too. And when you tell people about these things, then they become more interested and they'll look for themselves.
Right. So you think overall, when you talk to people, at least at first, it's shocking that you would want to do that, and after that, it's more of a wonder, right?
Yes, definitely.
Right.
They kind of look at me like I'm crazy, and then I'm like, well, why don't you just check it out? You'll learn something. And then they do. And then next time I see them, then they talk to me about it.
Right. So then if I'm getting there's a you're getting kind of like you crazy type of reaction when you talk to non-Haitians about going to Haiti. So what about our own people? When you tell them you're involved in Haiti, what is that reaction like?
99% of the time, they love it. They are like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's so awesome. I can't believe you're more Haitian than I am. You're great. You know all these things. You've been to all these places. I've never even been there. And it makes me feel good. Yeah, I've been there. I was fortunate enough to go to different places in Haiti. But, I've had a few encounters where, like last weekend, someone just was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And of course, I was being sensitive, and maybe she really wasn't like saying it in a negative way, but I think she was just kind of like shocked and confused because she didn't know me. It was an announcement that I made in public somewhere about the contest. So, but you know what? 99% of the time, like I said, I get a positive reaction, and people love it. I mean, Haitian or non-Haitian, but as far as Haitians that I'm friends with that don't even know that I'm doing it, like say they're not on Facebook and they don't see me posting about it a lot or haven't talked to them in a while, they're like, I can't believe you know all this. And I'm like, well, it's really just research that I've been doing. It's not stuff that I just know. It's because I like researching it. So when I research it, then I share it. And that's the whole point.
Right. So stay with us, Diana. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more we'll start talking about therealhaiti.com, what the objective is. So stay with us. And if you have any question for Diana, please, you could do it at our chat right now, or you can call in and we can get your question. Diana is the founder of therealhaiti.com blog, a blog that shows the other side of Haiti, the side that you haven't heard. Stay with us. When we come back, more with Diana about how we should, or she's helping to change the image of Haiti. Stay with us.
Haiti, rise up. Come on. Haiti, stand up. Stand up. Show the world you never give up. But don't you ever Haiti, leve. Haiti, campe. Nous marchons découragés.
The world was awakened to your desperate cry. Now they hear, now they see.
My forsaken isle in the Caribbean Sea. Haiti, Haiti was shaken to the ground
In no time, your sorrow and pain.
is also mine. And the darkest hour of Haitian history, we weep with you, Haiti. Put your future hope and care in loving hands. Walk with me, Haiti. You're no longer alone now. Every land in this world shall be your friend. Haiti, rise up. Come on. Haiti, stand up.
Haiti, rise up. Haiti, stand up. Show the world you'll never give up. Welcome back to our program. Tonight we're talking about changing the image of Haiti, and what would an image change Haiti look like, feel like, or smell like. Our guest is Diana Pierre-Louis. She is the founder of therealhaiti.com, a blog dedicated to educate followers and people about stories, the different stories they may not hear in the mainstream media or other places, right there on therealhaiti.com. Diana, before the break, we were talking about how you are received from different communities, and you were giving us the difference. Let's talk a little bit about therealhaiti.com. How did that blog come about, and why did you decide to do it?
When I met my husband 8 years ago, he would always sit around and tell me stories about Haiti and growing up in Haiti and how much fun it was, and he just would always say, it was so fun, we had so much fun, like, we had nothing but we had so much fun. And over the years, like, we finally decided to go on a cruise, and we went to Labadee. I always say that wasn't my official, like, experience of Haiti, but at least I got to step my foot in Haiti and see the beauty of it. And then later on, we ended up going last year in December for 9 days, and that's when I really got to experience it. But before we went on our big trip last year, he was talking to me, and he was like, I really just wish we could tell people about all these great things that nobody knows about. Somehow, I don't know how to do it. So we were brainstorming, and then we came up with the idea for the blog, and I said I would do it, and here it is. I mean, we started it in November. We went in December. I was taking pictures and videos and getting everything I could to make it better for when I came back. And since then, since December of last year until now, it's kind of just taken off, and I'm making a bunch of connections with people like you guys and other organizations just for myself to learn more, to share with everybody.
Wow. And the blog is to show the other side of Haiti that is underreported. Let me just ask you, why do you think that part of Haiti is underreported? Is it, just because I guess we don't have good public relations people, or why do you think it's not reported, like in the mainstream
Um,
media?
well, just like any other media story, if it bleeds, it leads, and that's what we say in public relations. Because we'll be planning something great, the greatest thing in the world, and then something horrible happens, and they won't come cover us, they'll cover the horrible thing. And that's just the nature of the business, unfortunately. There are programs that cover good things, but for some reason, we like to see negative things. I mean, it might have a toll on people eventually, and they might ignore it or change channels or, look for another station that does more positive stories. But I don't think it's anything that Haiti is doing or not doing. I think that because CNN or whoever will go and report something, then everybody gets all excited and goes and reports the same thing and doesn't stuff their foot out of Port-au-Prince. But, there are people that are online posting videos like me, and I do share them on my blog, about them reporting the other parts of Haiti and the underreported side.
Uh, is that? Let me try to get a question here. Daniel says, Diana, the tough question. I've seen more and more non-minorities like yourself showing a great passion for Haiti. In some cases, more passion than some Haitians in the U.S. Do you think it matters, Diana?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just trying to understand. Do I think it matters? I think that everybody has the passion. I just don't think that they're really saying it or showing it, and I don't know why that is. I'm not really sure if they're just too busy or they're afraid or they don't know how to do it, or I don't know what it is. But since I started it, I've been noticing that there are Haitians that are doing it. It's not well known. So if I can somehow help get these organizations and other people to talk about it and therefore bring Haitians up, then I think that it will be, really meaningful. I think that it does matter because people look at me and kind of get shocked by it, that I'm doing it, and that might motivate them to go and do it themselves. They might say, well, why is she doing that? I should be doing that. For example, I spoke to a group of students the other day who were really nervous about doing an event for Haitian Flag Day. And I couldn't help myself, so I got up in front and I was like, you guys have to do this. You are the only ones that know. I don't know this stuff. If you guys aren't doing it, you're a group of Haitian students. You need to get up and show everybody what it's about. So I think the passion's there. I just don't think that they're showing their voice. Like, they have a very quiet voice for some reason, and I'm not really sure of that reason. I'm not really sure.
So you think that especially you deal a lot with students. There may be a lot of pride showing in terms of when it's May 18th and all that. But that passion, you think it exists. It just needs to be ignited somehow.
Yeah, and I think it exists every day, not just on those important milestones. But I think that they're involved with their culture. They go to places where Haitians gather. They go to restaurants or bars or lounges or parties, anything. Like, they're still very passionate about their culture, but for some reason it's not being publicized, if you want to use that word. I'm not sure why, and that's what I'm trying to encourage them. Like, I know there are people that are trying to do this for a profit. Like, come to Haiti, it's the greatest place in the world. It's beautiful, to make money off of tourism, and I totally get it. But, and I am involved in that in some sense, but that's not my motivation. My motivation is to educate people and encourage Haitians to speak out about their stories or their experiences or their memories, and then that way, eventually it'll gain a better image, and hopefully then people will visit and see for themselves.
Right. As a marketing person, I know it is important the image you portraying. I mean, for you probably very much into what you're projecting out there. But let me ask you. I know a lot of people out there, and they're talking about changing the image of Haiti, and a lot of them what they're doing is really, kind of like they said if you can show more of the different side in pictures or whatever, then it will change people's mind about actually visiting Haiti. Now, you have also visited Haiti, and you saw some of the places. What do you think? Is there more to do than just a matter of showing the good sides? What else can we do in addition to a good PR about, the beaches we have and some other people that are living well there?
Yes, there's tons to do, and it's not just the positive things. Like you said, like it's showing groups like yours that there are groups of Haitians that are organized and educated and want to make a difference, and they're doing things. They are making a difference in Haiti for people that need things. It's just showing. It's just really just showing the information. I don't think that everybody knows about all of the good causes that are there. I get really frustrated by the tourism websites. I know this sounds kind of contradictory to what I'm doing, but that's not my focus, and I keep trying to remind people of that. I get annoyed at the focus that they are trying to ignore, that there is help to be given, because I really, I know there is, and anyone that goes there will see that too, and that's any other country. I mean, I've traveled to almost every Caribbean island, and you don't go to one where you just go from the airport to a beautiful resort. You always pass through places that can use things, that need things. So if we can just get organized somehow and show all the different organizations that are active, that are consistent, that are making a difference, that are doing things in our community, and also doing things in Haiti, then I think, it'll build the I don't want to call it a brand because it's so marketing like, but it is a brand. You gotta build that trust and that reputation. It's more of a reputation,
right,
for people to gain the trust to go visit.
Yeah. Let me take a quick question that Daniel asked on the blog real quick, and then after that, what we'll do is I'll try to have Justin join us. He wrote a letter to God, and I guess CC it to God, I guess to us too. And I want him to read that letter. And Diana, I want you to stay with us so we can kind of talk about it, because he's a Haitian person, I guess, who wants to see something different being done in his country and want his people to take action. Daniel asks, so in your opinion, over the past 8 years, have you seen an increase or decrease in enthusiasm when it comes to Haitian issues and Haitian culture?
It's hard for me to say because I just recently became heavily involved. And once you notice something, you start noticing it a lot. Like, for example, you like a car, now you see it all the time on the road, but it's always been there. So it's hard for me to judge. But, I mean, based on the unfortunate circumstance of the earthquake, I think, yes, a lot of attention has been put on Haiti in a good way by people going to invest in it. And I know this is never going to happen overnight. And in 8 years that I have been with, my boyfriend at the time and husband now, I think for me it's been the same because of my little circle, and now it's more because of what I have researched and learned myself. But as far as, like, the way the media covers it, I know that it is more prevalent now in the media because of the earthquake. And I think that because of that unfortunate event, people have a different opinion also, that Haitians are strong people. Like, look, they just had this horrible natural disaster happen, yet they're thanking God they're alive. Like, who does that? No one would do that here. So I think that is a new gained respect for Haitian people, but I still don't think it's there yet. Like, it's not even close to what they just, like, look and say, oh, I'm sorry, and then they move on.
I like how you put this. Diana, I know I said that was the last question, but I got to ask you this because you mentioned the earthquake here. As a marketing person, when you get attention, that's when you got to take advantage of it. Do you think as a people we took advantage of and when I said advantage, I'm using it in a proper context in terms of, we had the world attention for a good while after the earthquake. Do you think we managed that well?
For me, the organizations that I was already following before that, I think did a good job. But overall, I think that people still have that negative image, like, well, what did they do with the money? They ask me that all the time. I'm like, I don't know. I am not in the Haitian government. I don't know what they did with the money. I can tell you that when I visited, yes, it was cleaned up a lot more than I thought or that I heard. So collectively, I don't know how a country deals with that, especially a country that already was disorganized. It's really hard to get that and take it by the head and just make a good image. I mean, it was just such chaos and disaster. I think certain organizations did better than others, and I think some that were well known look like crap right now because of what they did or how they reacted. Personally, I'm not going to name them, but I think there's a bunch that kind of ruined it for themselves. But collectively, it's something that you can't really control. It's a beast,
On nous dansait,